Welcome to this video, where I'll show you how to replace and rebuild the battery for the Xiaomi Robot Vacuum S10 Plus, as well as for similar models. The battery model is P2154S2PMBK. In the description below, you'll find AliExpress links where you can buy a compatible battery. You'll also find links to other commonly replaced consumable parts, such as the filter, main brush, side brush, and rotating mops. Before we start, make sure to clean the vacuum, remove the filter, the dust container, and side brush. Now let's move on to disassembly. You'll need to remove 5 screws. One of them is hidden under a warranty seal. Once the screws are removed, carefully open the vacuum. The bottom cover is held in place by several clips, so you may need to apply a bit of force. After opening the vacuum, you'll have direct access to the battery. If you already have a replacement battery, you're about 80% done. Just swap it in and close the vacuum back up. However, this video continues with replacing the individual cells and building a new battery using higher quality cells. If you just want to see how to reassemble the vacuum, you can skip to the end of the video. But if you're interested in how the battery cells are replaced, let's dive in. First, I remove the blue insulation from the battery. Here, I can see that the original cells are made by BAC. These are 3,200 mAh 18650 cells. BAC is not the worst brand, but I would rank it below brands like LG or Samsung. However, Xiaomi uses this brand in most of its products. I continue disassembling the battery and remove the paper insulation as well. Here you can see the internal construction of the battery. Only thin nickel strips are used for the connections, but considering the power drawn from this battery, it's sufficient. Next, I check the individual cell groups. The first group is okay, the second group is also okay. The third group is fine as well, and the fourth one too. The cell voltages are within range, but the overall battery capacity is already quite low. The vacuum is no longer able to clean the entire area on a single charge. So I continue with further disassembly. I need to remove the nickel strips. They're spot welded, so I simply tear them off using pliers. After separating the cells, I remove the BMS. On the BMS, there is one temperature sensor. The construction is relatively simple. The battery is basically just glued together. Now I move on to building a new battery pack. I use the old cells as a reference. I'm using LG MJ1 cells, which have slightly higher capacity, and in my opinion, better lifespan than the original BAC cells. I apply additional insulation rings to the positive terminals. Then I spot weld the cells using new nickel strips. After welding, I reuse the cell spacers from the original pack. I assemble the battery pack and glue the cells together so they don't move. At this point, I actually glued the battery from the wrong side. I kept working until I realized the mistake. While cutting the nickel strips, I noticed the pack was assembled incorrectly, so I had to take it apart and glue it again from the correct side. I apply masking tape over the glue so I don't make a mess. Then I apply the glue again and glue the pack correctly this time. I also add some tape because the glue hasn't fully cured yet and the pack could move during handling. Next, I remove the welded contact points from the VMS using a soldering iron. These spots are difficult to solder to, so I remove them and solder directly to the PCB pads instead. I reinstall the electronics, trim the nickel strips, bend them, and solder them into place. I reuse the original insulation papers as well. The top insulation paper was torn, so I replace it with a new one. Finally, I wrap the battery in plastic heat shrink tubing and shrink it using hot air. The battery now looks like the original and is ready to be installed back into the vacuum. I install the battery, test whether the vacuum works, and it does. Perfect. I close the cover, put the screws back in, and that's it. Thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. See you in the next video.